CBS Sports presents the 1980 U.S. Open Tennis Championships.
Virginia.
Chris has been playing awfully well in the last, ever since she started playing again this year.
Would she be one of your choices to win this championship
Oh, I definitely think so. She's always good, and her mind seems to be very good at the moment, too.
Does the playing surface, the hard court, have any effect on what you think the result might be?
Well, I think that the stadium court is the right speed for her. And she's playing Kim Sands today, and she produced as usual, immaculate tennis. She takes her time with the points, but she doesn't ever miss the ball, and eventually she wins the point. Kim is one of the up-and-coming young players. Likes to play a little bit more aggressively than she's being allowed to do against Chris, and she's being rather defensive. And then Chris has to win the point eventually.
Since her retirement and since her return, do you have any indication of a noticeable change in her attitude and her demeanor on the court?
Well, I think that she wasn't really enjoying playing before. Now I think that she's enjoying playing a little more, but she's winning, and her mind is right where it should be.
And when you win 6-love, your mind has to be right where it should be.
Instead of always being Chris Evert, you know, the number one, or now she isn't number one, you know, they stopped talking about it quite so much, and this, I think, helped her.
The stadium started at 11 o'clock this morning. With the super shots there from Wendy White.
U.S. Open champion in both singles and doubles.
Advantage, Evert Lloyd.
Earlier on in the match, Wendy wasn't coming in as much, and maybe she figured that as she wasn't getting anywhere without coming in, she might as well try this. Nice bowling.
Game, Evert Lloyd. Leading 5-1.
That's the situation now as Evert Lloyd leads 5-1 in the second set. She won the first one.
That's something that I've seen Chris do much more this year. She used not to come in when she got a short ball, and then it would take her another 3 or 4 shots to win the point. Now she is making sure that she gets in.
One, 6-1.
Chris Evert Lloyd leads 4-2 in the first set, 30-15.
Against Chris, I think the only way that you have a chance against her is to be patient but come in. You're not really going to be winning the points from the baseline.
Well, Joanna's 5'8", does have that good
15,
reach.
30.
But as you've mentioned so often, these courts are not that fast, and it's going to be tough to serve and volley all the time against the ground strokes of Chris Evert Lloyd.
Chris has always had such a superlative return of serve, and especially if she knows you coming in, she likes to thread it past you. Chris was waiting in the right spot, though. This is always
Back, and there The temperature right there says 116. It's another reason, Virginia, to try to concentrate as well as you can to get it over with as quickly as you can. There's no sense staying out there any longer than you have to. She's won the first set 6-2, trying to fight her way into the quarterfinals. That is wide, so Chris Evert Lloyd holds serve, and she leads 2-1 in the second set.
Chris doesn't have this myth about her about being fantastic for nothing. I mean, she's got such concentration. I don't think there's any player who has a mind like she does on the tennis court. This is why I think she looks this much better in this tournament, because she has been putting in the loves and ones and scores.
Both ladies 25 years of age.
Point. That's the way Chris plays when she's game point down. Just determined not to miss the ball. I'm sure you made the right choice. That's that short ball on the two-hander that Chris has developed practically always into a winner. And she now makes it reads it so well, gets there so quickly, and just whops it cross court.
Good Chris volleys by Chris. Joanne asking a ball person, I believe, to sort of move to the side of the court.
This sort of condition.
And there was a time when Chris was a little heavier than she is now, and I think that helps her in her mobility about the court also.
I think Chris likes being slim like this, and she looks terrific.
That goes wide, so Chris Evert Lloyd has held her serve. She now leads 4-1 in the second set. She's won the first set 6-2. Charming Murray Carrillo with her. Murray, welcome.
Thank you.
It's coming up.
15.
Double match point.
I'll tell you, Tony, in a year that was supposed to be one of virtual retirement for Chris Evert Lloyd, she's won the Italian Open, the French Open, U.S. clay courts, was a finalist at Wimbledon. I'd say she's keeping up a pretty ambitious retirement program.
And she's also keeping an ambitious trek towards the finals of this championships as she wins 6-2 and 6-1. So advances convincingly to the quarterfinals.
Stands.
After winning the first set in the tiebreak, Chris seemed to settle down a bit and went for her shots a little more. The first set tiebreaker was 10 points to 8, and twice Mima stood at set point. So Chris could have easily have lost the first set.
15 all.
Wonder Woman.
I want her for my mixed doubles partner.
You said you liked mixed doubles if you had a good partner.
That's right. I'm not against mixed with the right partner. We see Chris pick up a great backhand volley here. That's an unbelievable shot. It was behind her when she struck the ball. To the semi-finals now.
Right. 7-6 and 6-2.
Match point, Chris Evert against Mima Josevic, and Chris wins it in straight sets, 7-6, 6-2. So it's Austin and Chris in one of the semi-finals.
Any doubts about whether Chris Evert Lloyd is in the right frame of mind, put him out of your mind, because today she advanced to the finals.